Welcome, everyone, to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined by Josh Burns and Brian Thornton.
What up?
Oh, hello. Hi. Didn't see you there.
If this is your first episode, hello and welcome. Also, go to intro.thatkindofnerd.com, and this way you can kind of learn a little bit about us before you go ahead and dive into this episode.
Or dive into this episode and be in for a huge surprise.
And for those of you who are wondering, we will not be spoiling Deadpool 2 for you this week. We usually give you some time to watch it, so next episode, it better be done. All right, that's your homework. You better see Deadpool 2. But I did want to start
really
off,
so you two can watch it. I've seen it.
I'm seeing it tomorrow, but by the time this airs, I've seen it.
I gotta try to get that in there sometime in the next 3 days.
Yeah. So I'd like to start off this show with just my absolute favorite hobby is to go around the internet, find the weird, find the obscure, and then I ask these two guys for a tech perspective. And I want to start off with, some huge news for this show. I don't know what you guys are going to do after this. This started with episode 30, Sometimes We Go Lowbrow, where we talked about YouTube launching a new service called YouTube Red, which YouTube, of course, quickly did what everybody else on the internet did. And wow. The
Sorry,
tech
I
perspective
forgot.
jingle was that late.
Yeah. No,
Disappointed. But YouTube called YouTube Red, of course, RedTube. Like
RedTube.
everybody else did.
No,
RedTube.
we called it Red.
RedTube.
That's
It's RedTube. RedTube.
but it's not RedTube. It was YouTube Red.
RedTube.
Well, hey, listen, take everything you know
It's a
about
tube
YouTube.
that's red. That's all I know.
Hey, no, take everything you know about that, throw it away, because it's gone.
No, not RedTube.
Also, you remember Google Play Music? Well, throw that away, because that's
I don't-
gone
I don't
too.
Wait. YouTube Red is gone?
YouTube Red is gone and is being
But they
replaced.
it's being replaced.
It's being replaced.
Okay, that's different.
So
It's
hold
not
on.
gone. It's rebranded.
Well, here we go. So
What color did they go with this time?
YouTube.
Black.
So YouTube Music Premium has launched today, and that is basically replacing Google Play Music, I should say, and rebranded as YouTube Music Premium. I don't know why that's premium, but whatever.
That is
okay.
a mouthful.
So
which
that
is
is-
something that RedTube is very familiar with.
So that is $9.99. It is ad-free music. You get to listen to music in the background and allows downloads through a new app that they will be launching, as well as on when you're watching on YouTube.
What about all their content?
YouTube Premium is $11.99. So it is a add-on to YouTube Music, which gives you the ad-free music, listen in the background, and the downloads like you do on YouTube Music, but now also gets you ad-free video, play in the background for YouTube, downloading, and all, those YouTube originals that you're not watching, like Cobra Kai, and that's really the only one you
Somebody watched it. They renewed it for season 2.
I'm sure the people in Google watched it, but RedTube is gone. Long live YouTube Premium, which means there's a lot of RedTube jokes that are gone. So I'd like to give you two the opportunity to get those out of your system before we fully adopt now the YouTube Premium title.
So what you're telling me is that this is the stepdaughter of YouTube Red / RedTube?
Yeah, I would guess so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, RedTube's very familiar with stepdaughters as well.
I
I don't know if
I don't understand why Google wouldn't brand it Google Play Music.
So here's the thing. Everyone at Google,
because
It's-
YouTube is a more recognizable platform.
yeah, and
Than
everyone is
Google?
using YouTube to play.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube is.
You're
everyone's
saying that
using-
YouTube is a more recognizable media brand than Google.
Yes.
No, I'm saying YouTube is more recognizable platform than Google Play Music or Google Play in general.
But everyone who's ever owned an Android phone has used Google Play.
only for like the store. And then
Right.
they
Well, whatever,
promptly forget
man.
about
But
it.
I'm saying,
and then they
if
go
you-
through Spotify for their music.
Let me ask you this.
so
Our show right now is on Google Play Music, which is buried very deep in the iTunes section. Check a link in the show notes for it. But would it be better to say, hey guys, we're also on YouTube Premium rather than we're on Google Play Music? Which one sounds a little better for us? I
YouTube
think
Music
YouTube
Premium. YouTube Music Premium.
Right, but I like YouTube Premium because you get all
That's
of it.
not. Is that the thing, or like what's
Well,
the,
there's YouTube Music Premium, which is just the music, and then YouTube Premium, which is everything.
I'm very confused.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't
Very
care
dumb.
at all. I don't. I just no. Nope.
Here's the good. So here's the news for people who have who have these services. If you have YouTube Red, you have been grandfathered into YouTube Premium. If you have Google Play Music or whatever their subscription was,
well, hold on.
YouTube Music Premium.
There was a lot of folks on RedTube that got grandfathered.
No, not those people. Not the RedTube people. They're not grandfathered.
I'm telling you, they got grandfathered. I saw it.
This is your first episode. This is why I said you got to listen to the other episodes, because
This is why I said you're in for a surprise.
you are. So that's the change. That's what's happening. If you're a user, listen, nothing. Bam, one day, now you have YouTube Premium.
So they're not gaining anything new, is what you're saying, besides a logo.
Right? I don't know what that means for like all the creators and everyone that are on.
So this does not affect my life in any way.
Does anyone think this is going to in any way take share from Spotify?
Yes, yes and no. If you watched any of Google I/O last week, they were talking about Spotify being everywhere and not even mentioning their own service.
I guess what I'm asking is, if you're not currently a grandfathery RedTube subscriber and your source of music is Spotify, is this rebranding going to make anyone switch over? Probably not, right?
I think maybe like 4 little kids. That's about it. That's it.
Well, they don't. Okay, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't go anywhere with little kids. So
I know that's fine.
You've cornered me.
You boxed me in. Right, I did. Check and mate, sir. No, I don't think. Listen, if you're on Spotify, I can't think of anything to really get you off of Spotify. Like, I really can't think of anything.
Oh my God, I saw a
Spotify.
bunch of people on RedTube get off on Spotify.
I thought about that. I have been bested.
I mean, was that her name?
I'm out of here. Let's move on.
I mean, I know that there's also Siri, of course.
It was that or Chastity. Yeah, I can't remember which one.
Whole lot of hope in here, guys. I got a whole lot of hope for this next topic. All right, so listen, the internet's already abuzz with this. Opinions have been made, lines in the sand have been drawn. The new, basically, internet's blue and black dress and white and gold dress is hit, and it's the Yanny or Laurel controversy.
No.
What?
I put you in the corner
I don't know who walked away.
for making me talk about this.
Brian,
Think about what you did. What?
he put us in the corner. I just have one question regarding this. What is it? What are we talking about?
So there's a link in the show notes for you, Josh. There is a post on Twitter which had an audio clip, which then everyone said, "Oh, I clearly hear the word Yanny," and then a bunch of people going, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He said Laurel, and it's the same audio clip heard by the same people, different results.
I'm gonna listen.
So I want to hear what you hear. I'm going to put the clip in here if you haven't heard it, and I'm curious to hear what you think.
Laurel.
And for the record, Brian has defiantly said no to this topic, so Josh, it's just you and I.
I gotta tell you, I'm trying to do the thing where it's a picture of two faces or it's a vase and you're not
Right.
sure. And I'm trying to do that with my ears and it doesn't work the same way. So
Right. What did you hear?
Laurel.
You heard Laurel. Interesting. I hear Yanny. Clear as day.
Are we listening to the same thing?
We're listening to the exact same thing. Yes. And I've heard the Laurel.
Is there another link?
I want to show you. Hold on. There's another link here to an article from the New York Times that explains this a little bit. So I'm sending this over to you. It helps if I can help, which is also in the show notes. So if you want to learn about this, you can actually check out the show notes. It is about your hearing and just which tones you actually prefer to hear. If you naturally hear lower tones and bass a little bit better, you hear Laurel. And if you hear more high pitch and you hear higher frequencies, you hear Yanny.
I need another link. I don't trust one source on this because this doesn't make any sense to me.
So it really is just about the way that you process tones, and everyone's ears are shaped differently. Everyone's got different things inside of them. So
Bro,
look at that slider.
I've got. I mean, when I say incredibly sensitive hearing, I believe truly that I suffer from a condition called misophonia, which basically I hear things small things that don't bother other people. Somebody chewing gum
Right.
Like scratching skin, any of these sound, I hear quiet shit that makes me want to punch babies.
This has nothing to do if you have good hearing or bad hearing. This is how your brain takes in frequencies and how your ear actually absorbs the sound.
Is it affected by the fact that I spent my entire teenage years in cars that were packed with subwoofers?
I mean, it's possible. But
I
I've
need
tried
another
to
link. I don't trust.
I just sent you the one to the New York Times. Go to the middle, right? Hit the middle. And you should hear what you normally hear, and then you can slide it towards the Yanny side or the Laurel side, and you'll hear it. The other one.
I don't believe it.
This is real.
Wait. Here's why I don't believe it.
Okay.
When I start with the slider in the middle, okay,
right.
I hear Laurel. If I slide one tick over, I hear Laurel. If I slide 2 ticks over, I hear Laurel.
Right. You have to go all the way to the right to hear Yanny,
I don't.
Okay.
I slide one more tick, and I hear Yanny. Now, hold on. Because when I go back to the exact same spot before, where I heard Laurel, I still hear Yanny. And the spectrum analyzer, I don't believe this is a real thing.
No, so you're actually in the minority of this. If once you hear one, you can hear the other, which is actually kind of rare. This is just the way that people process it. It's just a really interesting facet of how humans just take in sounds, right?
I got to tell you, I think at this point, all of us might have to be concerned about a little girl with hair over her face standing in a corner somewhere.
We've all been exposed to something that we're all in 7 days, right?
I don't trust this at all. At all. This is not.
And because I don't. So this witchcraft has. Listen, stay over the internet. I don't care if you hear Yanny or Laurel. This is just something that came up, and that's the science as to why you're.
I want to know why Brian is so averse to this topic. I'm very curious.
I just don't see why. Like, listen, I hated the blue, black, and white gold dress bullshit too. Like,
yeah, that thing was clearly purple.
This is the same thing, but with audio. I just this whole giant debate, like.
I'm not making it a debate.
Not even a debate. It's stupid.
I'm not debating it.
It's stupid.
Josh, did we make a debate? Did I debate you that you're
I heard your entire conversation while you were in the corner, okay?
It wasn't... I don't think it was a debate. I mean, I don't trust it. So I don't get it. The thing is, if it were something where I was sliding over... Like, look, there are only so many positions on this clicker, right? And you can slide up and down the entire spectrum, but I was going click by click. So if I go several clicks over and it switches over to the other audio track or whatever, then, I mean, common sense would tell you that when I bring it back one click where I heard Laurel before, I wouldn't still hear Yanny. So I just don't trust it because it's all about how your brain is actually processing. And once you hear it, your brain continues to process it the same way if you keep listening to it over and over. Okay, right. So then...
Now that you've had a break...
So then, Brian, why isn't that interesting to you?
Because it's just how your body works. I think... It's not that...
I think the brain... I think the brain is like the most fascinating thing anywhere.
This is so cool. Yeah.
You know what's telling you that?
I'm not saying
you know what's telling you that? Your brain. All right? It's a conspiracy.
My brain is part of the conspiracy. I gotta tell you, man, if any brain anywhere weren't part of a conspiracy, it'd be this one. For sure.
Wait. What does Laura hear?
What do you hear?
I hear close to my own name.
She's actually she's less sensitive to it than I am. It's funny.
I clearly hear Yanny from the start.
Really?
Yanny.
Is this like the blue dress all over again?
Yes, it is.
Brian is Laura, exasperated by this whole topic.
Well, I've been avoiding it up to this point because I thought this is
so have I until now.
Yeah, until right this moment.
All right. Let's get the show back on the road. Thanks, Laura.
Bye, boys.
So now that we've got all that out of the way and Laura's made her appearance, I want to talk a little bit about something that was pretty obvious to most of us. We're all using our phones or laptops while we're watching TV, and the world's just kind of okay with that, it seems. It's a pretty big majority. Studies say that 81% of people look up who's acting or playing in a show or a game. So if you're watching, who is that? People are usually looking that up. The other part they do is they tend to communicate with their friends that are basically unrelated to the game of the show. Like, we're texting, we're looking things up. I mean, the thing that we're not doing when it comes to using our phones is that we're not buying merchandise for these games or shows. I think it's very interesting.
So this is, this is very targeted, right? This is more, what are people doing on their phone while watching TV? Not now. And also, I want to say this is a constant source of frustration for me because,
oh, really?
Like, here's why. You're watching a show, right? Like, so Laura and I will put on something new on Netflix, or we'll be watching a show that we watch, weekly. I don't know, whatever. And she'll start playing fucking Candy Crush, and I'm like, you're not watching, right? So I very minimally, if there's something new, I'm trying not. I cognizant of how often I'm looking at my phone because I'm missing things, right? If I'm watching a baseball game, a football game, I'm absolutely on my phone because there's a lot of dead space in there. But like, you're watching a show like Westworld, your phone you should actually throw it away. And then after Westworld ends, you should go get a new phone. That's what should happen. But Laura's playing fucking Candy Crush.
I think it's very interesting, though, that you take that opinion. But when we talk about going to the movies all the time and having your phone on and active during the movies, which you're paying for, you seem to be, well, yeah, whatever. I'll send a text or two in a movie if that's what I need to do.
But I only do that to piss you off.
No, it's just to get me. It's not reality. It's just to get me all riled up.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only.
I agree with Josh. If I'm watching a show and I'm invested in the show, my phone's not out.
So I just started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine because, Brian, you've been saying wonderful things about it. I am on my phone. I am on my phone while we were watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's a brand new show, and I'm on my phone. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm just being connected and just doing miscellaneous stuff.
Well, you're missing. But stuff.
I'm not. I'm catching everything. I'm not rewinding it. I'm not pausing it. It really comes down to this, though. I agree with you guys. If it's an important show, if it's an intense show that requires that you are paying attention consistently, like Game of Thrones, like Westworld, those are shows that I request that you please put your phone away because I'm not re-explaining something to you. I am not rewinding it. Like, this is happening. Just let it be. And I'll put my phone away for that. But for small comedies, or you're watching a show like the fifth time you've watched The Office this week, yeah, like, go ahead. You can kind of be on your phone for those background noise shows, but when it's an important show, your phone should be away. But the thing is, people who do this, just know you're not alone. Like, this is a national thing. This has actually happened.
Well, they're dumb.
Well, listen, Brian, since we're talking about things that are dumb, I want to move on to the world of TV and movies in a segment that we call Screen to Screen. And if you thought Brian was upset and had ire about the Yanny and Laurel thing, Cartoon Network is bringing back the Thundercats.
You're going back to the corner.
For a new animated series. And Brian's very, very mad about this. As a matter of fact, he was the one who showed us the topic and then text in a very long string, no. So this looks pretty bad. It looks like the people that made like Steven Universe are making. It's like Teen Titans Go for Thundercats.
Did you watch the video?
It's sad that I know what Steven Universe is, and it does look like Steven Universe, and not. I mean, Teen Titans Go is hilarious, so not that.
No,
it's funny, Brian.
No, you're wrong.
I didn't say it was great. I said it was funny.
Wrong.
False.
The video, you're right, is pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Brian, just walk me through this.
What pisses me off the most
there it is.
is not just that they're redoing Thundercats, which is a show that I grew up with, which was a very serious show with like, it was a little comical, but it was meant for kids.
Snarf.
Every episode ended with them laughing over something ridiculous, and that's fine. It's not just the fact that they're redoing it. This motherfucker claims to be a fan of the show, and this is what he's doing to it. If you thought I was pissed off about how they redesigned the Turtles, fuck this guy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I was not a fan of Thundercats. I mean, the Thundercats were 1985 to 1989. It was not in my spectrum until I was older when I discovered like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and things like that. So it took me a while. It wasn't something I just instinctively came up with. So
listen.
I still think this is
Listen.
trash. This is
Listen.
garbage, and you're desecrating on the
Cartoon
grave
Network.
that is this.
Cartoon Network. Just come here. Let's have a
Brady
little
man,
chat.
take a knee.
I'm
Take a
gonna-
knee,
I'm gonna
everybody.
be
Take a
calm.
knee.
I'm gonna be calm. Let's have a little chat. Why must you take everything I love and turn it into a joke? Why must you ruin my childhood? Why do you feel the need to do this to me? And I know I don't have to watch it, and I don't, and I probably won't. But the fact that it exists bothers me on a cellular level. The fact that children, much like children that might be in the Burns clan, would be drawn to this bothers me, because this is not what you should be doing with this property. You should be doing something better with it. There's so much more you could do for it, and pay homage to the original, and have the fans of the original be on board, and bring in new children.
Bring their kids, yeah.
You can do that. Just not like this. Not like this.
I think the problem is that in the way that these shows are made today, it would either have to be dark and gritty or super cartoony. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, and I don't want dark and gritty Thundercats. I just don't. I'd rather have it cartoony so that my kids can watch it and at least get introduced to the characters. And I'm okay if it's slapsticky and it's more of a, like, it's not for me anymore, right? It was for me when I was a kid. They're not making this for me. They're making it for kids now who wouldn't like really.
Yeah, really. Yep, I agree. My daughter would hate this. Would hate the original Thundercats.
She would hate,
I don't
yeah.
give a shit what your daughter would like.
No, see, that's the thing, though, Brian. We are grown-ups, right? At least mostly.
Speak
So-
for yourself.
At
right,
times.
so- I'm saying, look, you can be a kid at heart, but understand that fucking people don't market to kids at heart. They market to actual kids. So your need to feel that nostalgia is just never going to be satisfied, and you're just going to keep being disappointed over and over and over unless you let go of it at least a little bit.
No.
All right, well, fair enough.
Or you could take that great pearl of wisdom and just say, "Hey, no." That's
You know
not-
what I saw earlier on RedTube were pearls of wisdom.
No. Is there a way to mark an episode as extra explicit? Good thing we don't have advertisers. How about some good news? Would you like some good news, Brian? I think this is good news. For Zombieland's 10th anniversary, the traditional gift is a sequel. We're finally getting a
Perhaps.
sequel to Zombieland.
They've been talking about this for years.
Yeah, but this one's...
Oh, CJ, is this not too long
Oh.
to wait for a sequel?
I think
Yeah, CJ.
I think we're not going as deep as Anchorman and some of the other ones, so no.
Anchorman was 10 years.
Was Anchorman 10 years?
Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy was 2004. Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues was 2013.
Yes.
Yes. So
So
Anchorman Triple X Parody Set Visit was 2011.
I really like Zombieland.
So yes, it is too long, Josh, but I don't care because I like Zombieland.
I really like Zombieland as well. So like I'd be on board. But then again, I don't usually think that any amount of time is too long for a sequel. Just give me all the extra stuff that I like.
Maybe I'm
As long
learning
as
and
it's
growing
done
as a
right.
person, all right? And I'm allowing things to take their time and to breathe and then making sequels, except for Rocky 5. I mean, Rambo 5. That can stop. We're good. We're okay.
But Rambo.
No.
Yeah, Rambo.
Rambo fine. Rambo in the geriatric home. I don't need.
He's gonna kill some people.
And now he's going to Mexico.
Mexico. He gonna kill some cartel people.
Yeah, he's gonna. Rambo and the cartel. Yes.
That's
Yeah, it's like Sicario meets Rambo,
No, it's not meets Rambo. It is Rambo.
but it's Sicario.
You can't say
And
Sicario
Rambo.
meets Rambo if it's Rambo.
But you can. If Benicio del Toro is in
Hey.
this, I'm telling you, there should be a
I think he
freaking
is.
crossover
Don't
with
think
this.
he is. How about this? I've got even better news then. If you're happy about a Zombieland 10th anniversary, maybe getting a sequel.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah,
John
you
Wick
all should
3
be.
has an official release date, guys.
Does it have a trailer?
No, just a
does not
release
have a
date,
trailer,
which is
just-
like what, a year from yesterday.
A year from the hell on. So it is May 17th, 2019, the release of John Wick 3, which means there's probably footage somewhere of John Wick 3.
No,
Here's
they're
the-
probably
here's the
just
thing.
starting to
John
film.
Wick is one of those movies where like you see the first trailer and it's coming out in 2 months. So like I just It's great that it has a release date, and I'm super excited, but I want a goddamn trailer. I need more John Wick in my life right now.
Well, then let me ask
I'm
you a
glad
question.
you asked. You said that, Josh, because the Destination Wedding trailer dropped this week,
You stole my segue!
starring Keanu Reeves
And
Winona Ryder. But more importantly, I am viewing this movie as the unofficial sequel. This is the bridge between John Wick 2 and John Wick 3. And let me follow my logic here.
Please, because this looks terrible.
At the end of John Wick 2,
Spoilers for John Wick 2.
he is on the run for the assassins. He's pretty much blacklisted. He's going to have to defend himself, right? People are going to try to kill him from all over the place. He goes undercover at this destination wedding just to lay low for a while until everything kind of cools over and he can really kind of get a plan together on how he's going to survive. And he meets Winona Ryder. And then...
Does she die? Please.
So maybe like his dog's at the kennel, because I didn't see the dog in this trailer. But maybe his dog's at the kennel for now. No one knows it's a secret kennel. It's like the Hotel Artemis of kennels. And maybe like at this destination wedding, someone like slaps his friend Lizard and he goes on a murderous rampage at the end.
Or to one up you, it's a really shitty movie that has nothing to do with John Wick.
It's not a one up. And I don't really think this movie looks like that terrible.
Oh God, it looks awful.
I mean, it's not going to be good, but it looks cute. It's fine. It's good. Winona Ryder's, a mess. She's a pile of trash, like normal.
Yeah, I mean, I get that he's he's extremely dry, and that's kind of where the humor's going to come from. But
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, at the same time, no, it's also that's not for me.
Winona Ryder hasn't been able really to transition into like middle age at all. She's not. She hasn't found herself at that age bracket. She doesn't know how to act. So there's a lot of like still whiny teenager coming out of her.
Oh, maybe they kidnapped the dog and he has to go to the wedding to find him.
That's where the dog is.
That's where the dog
You are every comment in this YouTube video. They're all like, it's John Wick.
I haven't even read the comments of
You
it.
should just know that's how the internet works.
Well, then I'll shut up then. Apparently I'm not original.
All right, so let's talk about something that looks actually pretty awesome, and that was Mild 22 with Mark Wahlberg. And I know because it has Mark Wahlberg, Josh is instantly in.
Sign me up.
Brian, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I buy Mark Wahlberg as an action star. I don't buy him as an inventor who finds a transformer. So, yeah, I mean, I'm on board for this. This looks awesome.
The studio behind one of the studios behind it, the H brothers, they were responsible for like the Foreigners and Bad Moms, but then also like Molly's Game and a couple other really good movies. So they're kind of like hit and miss. I mean, I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one, which it did what a trailer is supposed to do, as it's been explained to me. Going, this is a movie, and I will probably be interested. And I would like to learn more, please. So for this, I'm interested in seeing more out of this because right now I'm not sold, but color me intrigued.
Mark Wahlberg, hit.
That's it.
Sold. Sold to the sailor.
All right, well, going on with it, we got two more trailers that I wanted to talk about. The next one is Mission Impossible Fallout. Got, I think, its final trailer.
Yes.
Its final trailer. It's coming out in just a few months. I haven't seen this because a couple people who have seen some of this movie already have said, this is a little spoilery, so I'm staying away from the trailer because I'm already sold. So I'm curious what you guys think about what's going on.
I wonder why Henry Cavill has to shoot his cuffs before he can engage in fisticuffs. Like, why, Brian, why does he have to shoot his cuffs before he punches anyone?
Because that's what you do when you're a freaking badass with an awesome porn stash.
I will say this, like, watching this trailer, they keep ratcheting up the severity of the villains that Ethan faces. And I think in the end, he and Henry Cavill have to team up. But like in the meantime, he's probably going to get his ass kicked. And I'm hoping that this is just part 1 of 2 of this story. And I think that'd be a really interesting thing to do with Mission Impossible for the first time is extend a story into 2 movies, which they haven't done yet. So I'm really hoping that there's so much action in this one, especially when you consider, you've got, these, you've got the CIA assassin essentially and Henry Cavill coming in, but you've also got the what's his face that escapes from what was the organization, the Syndicate, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot at stake. There's a lot at play. I don't give a shit if you're not watching the trailer. I basically just gave you the whole thing.
That's fine.
But I'm hoping they don't resolve it this movie.
That's actually that's a really interesting take, and I am on board for that. I think that's better than just doing a part 1, part 2, but actually just taking the story to a place where naturally you'd be like, oh, this shit isn't settled. Like, and right. but still, like the overall story of Fallout is concluded. But man, what's going on between these two people is so not settled that I need to see it in another movie. I'm totally down for that. That feels a little more like what they're doing with the new Bonds, right? Kind of, they're a little more of a story put together.
Yeah, sort of a continuous story. But what's funny is that Bond did it, but this whole sort of movie making thing started really with Marvel, because they integrated the Thanos story a long, long time ago. Yeah. So, like, I think that's where everything's going, and I do think it's a little bit of a take from what Marvel's done. But I really think when you start telling a story with the Syndicate and you return in this movie, I'm hoping there's no conclusion until a third one, or something more long term. Yeah,
sure. No, I buy into that. Brian, what about you? Do you think that's
Brian? Did I have a good theory?
I think that's a great idea. I
don't think it's going to happen.
I think it's a great idea.
I don't like either of you anymore.
I love the Mission Impossible movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I was bought in the moment they said, hey, we're doing a new Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
I am still waiting for Ethan Hunt to actually be a part of the IMF in one of these movies. He is always disavowed or ousted out of the organization.
That's what Henry Cavill says in the one trailer. How many times
in every single movie, the IMF is trying to kill him. So that's neither here nor there.
True. That's the Ethan Hunt story.
But this was a great trailer. Henry Cavill looks freaking badass. I'm really excited to see that freaking scene with them fighting in the bathroom. Yeah. But I'm stoked, and Tom Cruise will do anything for my $10. He dropped out of a plane 106 times for this movie, so I'm down.
He also shattered his ankle.
I don't care about the actual physical harm that happened.
Up
just
and
the stuff that
running?
he does for me.
It's a badass. All right. I need your help on this because I am not sold on our next trailer, and you two are all in, so convince me otherwise. There was a trailer for The Happy Time Murders, which please someone explain to it for people who haven't seen this trailer, and then sell me, please.
It's like the Muppets entered an R-rated slapstick Law and Order.
It's like Team America with Muppets.
Oh.
Instead of the marionettes, it's more adult humor. It's an adult theme.
It's not more adult humor.
It's
nothing
adult,
but adult humor.
Adult theme. They're what? They're cops or they're FBI agents. Either way, listen. The one thing that makes me hate everything is Melissa McCarthy, and this trailer was funny enough to make me ignore the fact that I hate her so much.
Here was the other thing.
So
that's a big testimonial, actually.
It is.
When the trailer starts, it says from the director of Muppet Treasure Island and all that stuff. And I thought that was a joke. It's not.
It's legit, yeah.
Brian Henson, which is Jim Henson's son.
You're saying
is directing this movie.
People that make things for kids are also capable of making things.
I thought they were bullshitting you. I thought they were making it, oh, this is part of the world. They were just bullshitting you that's really happening.
I think it takes more creativity to write for kids. I really do.
I do as well.
Like telling dick and fart jokes all day, this guy can do with Muppets, which is fucking hilarious, by the way.
So, I mean, the only thing that's not making me like
Brian, the one Muppet offered to suck Melissa McCarthy's dick.
And Joel McHale's in it.
Yeah, Joel McHale's in it. That's good.
And the silly string at the end. I was losing my mind.
God, that was the best thing.
See, for me, that was too much. I was like, you killed the joke.
Oh, that was a bridge too far, CJ.
Well, it was too long. It was too much.
It's the hype.
This is stuff you find on RedTube.
Amazing.
This is the stuff you find on RedTube and not
No,
on.
I've
movie
never
trailer.
seen puppets on RedTube.
Nothing like any of that on RedTube. No, this was.
No.
It's just hyperbole, and that's what makes it great.
All right. Okay. I'm on board. You've gotten me there.
You're an easy sell, so
That's how it is.
So Brian, even with the Melissa McCarthy thing, we're good on that, right?
yeah, no, I'll definitely go see this movie.
Josh, you had a wonderful quote when we were talking about this movie before I told you you're not allowed to talk about this topic anymore until the podcast starts, which was you enjoy what 33% of what Melissa McCarthy
yeah,
does?
let's bring this a comment up again.
Yes, I think about 1/3 of what she does, but that's like 28% more than what Kristen Bell does.
You shut your whore mouth.
And really, and sort of my thesis statement for that is the movie The Boss, where they're both there, and it was terrible. Just the worst possible acting / comedy that has ever been delivered.
Yeah, because Melissa McCarthy was there.
No, it was Kristen Bell's fault.
No,
Melissa McCarthy was she was marginally funny, but Kristen
no, she
Bell
wasn't.
was just awful.
She's not funny. In fact, I don't expect her to be funny in this movie. I'm going for the puppets.
Can you call
The
them
puppets will be funny.
Can you call them Muppets now? Because
and
Henson's involved.
also Stanley Hudson from The Office is in this.
Yes, he
and Joel
is.
McHale. So
How are they not?
They'll be funny.
How are they not Muppets?
No, I guess they have to be Muppets because they're made by a Henson, right?
Right?
Because if they're
is
not
that how
made,
that works?
if they're not
They're-
made by the Henson Company, I thought they're not Muppets.
Not Muppets. Right.
So these are Muppets. All right, okay.
I can't.
I
wait
would.
for the
I would
new
love
Muppet
to
show.
see. I would love to see Kermit just show up, and
Just-
shake his head in disapproval,
And then leave.
everybody.
and then leave.
And then leave.
Right. Say nothing. No. Say
Right.
nothing.
Nothing.
Just like
No words.
witness.
Just
Witness
walks
a
in.
conversation in a diner where like a bunch of these Muppets are sitting around in suits talking about Like a Virgin.
No,
and
wait.
what-
He's
how
at the
would it
cafe. He's having a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
Here's
Right.
here's the conversation. Shakes his head, puts down the tea, and walks away.
Yeah. Very good.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
Hey. Sorry.
You're welcome, Hollywood.
Another good idea. Another good idea by Josh Burns. You patent that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about the world of comics, how it's affecting TV, how it's affecting movies, but most of all, how it's affecting Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk.
I have fallen way behind on my Flash and Arrow and everything going on in the Arrowverse. However, I read this headline, got very excited that Arrow is going to be adding Batwoman and Gotham City to a new crossover. Brian, explain to me how this is possible because we got Gotham on Fox and they're not very happy with the Batman name. Well, what's going on?
Warner Brothers owns everything DC forever. They just rent it out to other companies sometimes, like Fox. So they can do whatever the hell they want. The big problem has been that the Warner Brothers studio has said you can't use Batman like things and all this other stuff in your shows because we want to save those for the movies. I'm guessing after Justice League, they're thinking, well, maybe it won't be the worst thing if you brought up Gotham City.
Considering CW is more popular than our movie universe, we might as well.
I mean, this season of Arrow has brought up Gotham City multiple times, and I knew something like this was happening just because of the frequency with which it was happening. Like this season alone, I can think of at least 3 or 4 Gotham City references in this season alone. So, and considering how this season ended, because I just watched the season finale, this makes sense. I'm down with this. I'm okay with this. I don't need Batman. Give me Batwoman. I'm fine with that. Whatever you want. But
it's Batwoman. I apologize. I thought it said Batgirl.
it's Batwoman.
My apologies.
Which her name's Kathy Kane, if I recall correctly. Kate Kane. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be interesting and you know, maybe breathe some new life into this show.
For sure.
Have you watched the season finale yet, Josh? Are you caught up?
I'm nowhere. Like I don't think I've watched a single episode of this season of Arrow yet.
Oh,
just because it's nowhere close to Flash, and like there's so many other things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know. I have been keeping up, even though this season has been tough to get through. Not gonna lie, it got really good in the last 3 or 4 episodes, but it took way too long to get there. I think between this, being a part of their new crossover. And what they're talking about here is the next big crossover that'll have Supergirl, Flash, Legends, and Arrow is going to include Batwoman and Gotham City.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome. And then if you have that character carry over into the Arrow season, I'm okay with that.
Well, what if, oh my goodness.
And they got a new showrunner, so hopefully this show will find its legs again.
Wait, what if this turns into Batwoman and Robin? They're not going to bring Batman onto the CW. We know that. They think it's too big a character. But what if this becomes Batwoman or Nightwing and Batwoman?
Well, it won't be Nightwing because they are doing a Nightwing movie.
Okay.
So if they hold true to what they've been doing, they will say, no, you can't touch Nightwing. I don't know if they'll let them touch Robin too, because Robin is such a huge part of the Nightwing character. You're going to have some backstory that they have to fill in. But Batwoman,
yeah, that's fine.
It's a character. Not that she's not known, like, you know, people like the character, but she's not as popular as Batgirl. She's not as popular as Nightwing or Robin or Batman. Sure. So you can have a little bit of the Bat family in there. You can have your cake and eat it too, and say, hey, this place exists. These people exist. We're just not going to show you them.
Do I have to wait? Do I have to wait until Arrow launches on Netflix to watch the whole season? Or is there somewhere I can stream it now?
I am almost 95% positive that their deal with Netflix is still intact, and the whole season should probably be on Netflix inside of a week.
You should also be able to catch up on the CW app, right?
He hasn't watched. It's only the past 5
episodes. Right, which is where I'm at, right? So like I was like, and I know that they had that deal where when the season wraps, it's there. Like,
right, yeah.
So
that's a really great question. You know what we can do to test that theory? Legends of Tomorrow aired its season finale a while ago, so that would be on Netflix if their deal is still intact. So I would imagine, because the season finale just aired last night, I would imagine season 6 it'll be season 6. I would imagine it would be on there within the next week.
So what are your thoughts on the fact that Gotham is leaving Fox, is lineup at the end of the year? Do you think you could get your Batwoman spin-off show and actually have a full-fledged Batwoman show on the CW?
Yeah. I think it all depends on how she's received in this crossover.
All right. Well, listen.
I think they test her out. They have her show up in Arrow for a couple episodes, and then if they get really good responses, they make a Batwoman show.
And just to confirm, Arrow season 6 will be available on Netflix before the end of May, as will the Flash season 4. So for anyone who needs to catch up on either or both, by the way, if you're not caught up on Flash, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Sorry.
But I'm going to binge watch Arrow season 6. As soon as it drops.
All right, this leads us to our next topic here, is that the network Epix has ordered a 10-episode Pennyworth, I can't even say this with a straight face, 10-episode show focused around Alfred the Butler before he was with the Wayne family and all his hijinks and adventure and military training and all the shenanigans he got into before he was a butler.
CJ, I have a question. Do you want to go back into the corner?
I actually love Alfred, and I'm very interested in this show.
Really? First off, what other shows do you watch on Epix?
None, but I'd be willing to give a show about Alfred a try because I love him so much.
But I don't care about his time in the SAS, and that's what they're talking. No,
it's fine.
But that's what they're talking about.
I understand that, but I'm still okay with it as just a one-off, right? Just let me see what you've got to say about the character. And if it turns out to be dog shit after an episode or two, I won't watch it. But like Alfred, I think we can all agree Alfred is a character we all love. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. I love him when he's with Batman.
Our only identification with Alfred is the support he provided to Batman. But where did he get all of this knowledge? How did he get so wise? What did he go through? I'm very interested.
What's his favorite soup? What does he fap to on RedTube?
Does he? You turn me into like a Jewish mother. What would you do that for? Like, I'm very interested in someone having an idea about exploring Alfred. And also, you can explore Alfred on RedTube, but you have to click. There's a toggle at the top. I don't often go there. But
this is a great idea for a 70-minute movie.
Look at CJ. He's losing his shit.
70-minute movie, or like a 2-part episode of a TV show that revolves around Batman.
Isn't it a limited
It's a
series?
great idea. This is 10 episodes.
They're saying 10 episodes straight to series, which
10
means no pilot,
hours.
just bam. Here's the thing.
Take a look.
Here's the thing I'll say.
No,
If
I don't
you're
care.
interested, hold on. Here's the thing I'll say about this. If you're interested in it, 10 episodes, pretty small, you can do it. But Brian, it's just your point. Also, it's on Epics. Like, it's not hurting anybody. No one watches.
Oh yeah, this is
Epics.
just like the whole Krypton thing being on Sci-Fi.
Right.
This affects me the same way. I don't give a shit about Kal-El's great-great-grandfather.
And no one's watching it. Like Star Trek Discovery. No one's watching it. So it's
That's
fine.
not true. They renewed it.
Yeah,
Somebody's
but no one's.
watching it.
But it's just on a streaming service. Like no one. Like it's not the masses.
But here's the thing, right? You've got so the guy that played Alfred on Gotham, right? Same guy has played a villain on Mission Impossible. Like he's not a bad actor. He's been on Luther.
They're not casting this guy to do this Epics show.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought they were.
Are they?
I think they are.
Because it's the
That's
same
dumb.
showrunner as Gotham.
That's even dumber.
I don't think it is. I think it's brilliant.
I think you really need to remember.
Oh wait, no. Sean Pertwee, who plays is not involved.
Oh well, I'm less.
Sorry,
interested.
he's not. He's
Okay.
not involved. Casting has
Not
not
involved.
begun on the series.
And if it is indeed from the same showrunners as Gotham, I offer this rebuttal: Gotham. Need I say more?
I actually can't argue with that at all. Even with my aw shucks attitude about this, I can't overcome that objection.
Yeah. Listen again. All right, interesting, cool. I like to see it. I'm never going to see it, and it's not hurting anybody. So go ahead, make your show.
It hurts
some
me
people.
knowing that it exists.
Listen,
Sometimes when
I have a
things
question.
exist,
Here's a
they
question.
hurt me.
Has there been an Alfred like comic? Has he had his own book for a little bit? Did it go into this story
No.
in the like at all?
No, I mean there's
Couldn't
been,
pick
like,
up a small issue, a small run.
That's what I'm
of
saying.
Alfred?
There's been like issues and flashbacks and stuff inside the Batman mythos of Alfred and his time in the SAS and all this other stuff. But it's not like Alfred is like having a monthly series by himself like that, and that's what this is the equivalent of. Like that's why I'm saying like, hey, yeah, I love Alfred, and if we had a Batman show that I cared about right now, and we decided to do like an episode or even 2 episodes of like, hey, here's some of the things that Alfred went through. Yeah, sure, that's great. That gives me some more insight into the character. This no. First off, it's just gonna be him in the SAS. So all I can equate this to is like watching Full Metal Jacket or something, but with Alfred. And I just I
this
don't
is my
care.
rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Yeah, I don't. But with a British accent.
Well, this is my rifle, and many like it, but this one's mine.
See, it sounds so much more casual when it's British. Like they're not really serious about it. Look, before okay, so nobody's gonna watch this. Everybody agrees. If I can find where Epix is, I'll check it out. Before we wrap up, actually, this is Cape Talk, and I don't care. We just I went way beyond the Netflix thing, but I just realized that 40-Year-Old Virgin and Wanted just came to Netflix 2 days ago. So, for those of you who don't own them on DVD or iTunes, they're there. And before the end of the month, we're also going to have a new Tig Notaro Netflix original. I think it's a comedy special. So we've talked about Tig Notaro before. She had an Amazon Prime thing that was brilliant. I wanted to make sure I got that out there. It has nothing to do with Cape Talk, but
That's fine.
we basically scrapped Cape Talk and just talked about TV for a while. So nobody's going to watch Alfred Pennyworth. So watch 40-Year-Old Virgin, watch Wanted on Netflix, and then
Skip the Tig Notaro bullcrap.
mate,
Oh,
no,
Tig
dude,
Notaro
she's
alone.
hilarious.
She's awesome. Also,
She's
can I throw in
very-
then, since we're doing that, John Mulaney's new special?
Oh my God, Kid Gorgeous at
Kid
Radio
Gorgeous
City
is amazing.
So funny.
You will laugh so hard at the name JJ Bittenbinder, but then you'll learn what that man did, and you may thank him someday.
Everyone needs to watch the John Mulaney special. I
Absolutely.
laughed my ass off. It was awesome.
since we're doing plugs, one final plug for me and for us here. I was just recently on a friend of the show TD's podcast Behind the Cut. He did an interview with me. We just kind of talked about starting this podcast. Talked about you two being correct a lot.
I'm sure you omitted all of my.
No,
my
I gave you guys credit for the fact that we should have been segmented long time ago, and I said no, and that was my fault. So you guys were right. And then I talked a little bit about a failed project that we did and how I should have listened to you two. So I highly recommend you check out Behind the Cut. TD, it was so fun to be in her show. I'm sorry if I rambled a lot. I will include a link in the show notes, please.
TD, he tends to ramble.
I know.
Not only that,
he's a rambler.
TD, if we can get you to get CJ to be humble a little bit more often, that'd be one. So if that requires CJ visiting your show maybe on a quarterly basis to humble him a bit, that would be ideal actually for Brian.
I also think the best thing too is we need to get the two of you on together on his show. I think that will be a hoot and a half. So listen, go check out.
So I can expose all the lies that you probably told him.
And Brian, we talked about the fact that you probably wouldn't listen to his episode because you have so much other stuff to watch and to do and just your lifestyle. So we understood what's going on. But listen, please go check out Behind the Cut if you like creativity. He also talks to a lot of photographers, videographers, people within the esports world. Go give him a 5-star review just like you do us. And right now we're actually running a promotion that if you give us a 5-star review on iTunes, screenshot it and send it to our Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. We are giving away free buttons. And they're going to be the cat to male ratio buttons. They're limited edition. Don't have a ton of them. So send out a 5-star review, screenshot it, send it to us, and I will send you a button. So I want to thank you, listener, for making us your walk around your neighborhood or your drive to work. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
If you love comics and sci-fi and technology, television, video games, and fantasy, well, take a listen to our show, I'm sure you'll see there's many points where we can agree. Like that Martha as a plot point was just too absurd, and Apple versus Android is a case to be heard, and that Josh Trank's new Fantastic Four was a turd. Well, welcome to the club, cause you are that kind of nerd.
If you're going to London, you gotta be so excited for this royal wedding. It was so beautiful. Oh my God. Nobody cares.
Hey, if I swear to God, if you badmouth Meghan Markle in any way,
no,
we're gonna fight.
She is an international treasure, sir.
Yeah, a biracial angel.
Yes.
And you're badmouthing her wedding.
I am not bad-mouthing her wedding. I'm bad-mouthing the people that are like super excited for it.
My daughter's super excited for it.
She's a kid. That's fine. Kids, okay. There's a new princess. That's great.
And frankly, the queen is basically just waiting for Charles to die so that she can die.
Right. And I don't want him to be king.
So, I mean, what did she become, a duchess then?
No,
Duchess, yeah.
Oh, is she a duchess? I thought she does become a princess. But
Kate Middleton's a duchess. Why wouldn't she be a duchess?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that she becomes a duchess at some point. I don't know when that is. Actually, did Kate Middleton already have that title?
No, she has that title now since she married William.
Yeah, but Princess Di didn't have that title. She was a princess.
I have no idea.
Brian, I need you to figure out
patriarchal.
I don't know. You were speaking with a little bit of authority. I thought maybe you didn't.
I need to know when I refer, like every time I refer to Meghan Markle, which is it's not infrequent. So when I refer to Meghan Markle, is she a princess or is she a duchess?
I'm guessing she's going to be a duchess.
Well, I'm
is
guessing
she both?
I need you to figure it out. I don't know. See, I don't know why.
So Princess Margaret, right? So like,
why don't we just wait until they fucking get married and then Google it? What is Meghan Markle?
I feel like we all watch The Crown at some points. We feel like I think I got this, and then you're like, I don't understand this at all.
No, I don't. Yeah, I have zero knowledge of monarchy and how it works. And
all right,
I know how this monarchy works. Let's fucking move it along here, buddy.
I wonder what happens if I search Yanny and Laurel on RedTube. Brian, check that out.
Don't. I'm sure there's already happened.
I am on it.
Oh man.
Let's see what happens if we search Yanny and Laurel on RedTube.
Incognito mode. Hang on.
Oh, for sure. Someone delete my browser history.
Listen, nothing pops up when you put Yanny and Laurel in there. Just FYI.
Because I was like, are they talking like Yanny, like the majestic Greek singer?
He's not a singer. He plays an instrument.
He's a singer.
He doesn't
Yanny's
sing.
not a singer.
He's an instrumentalist.
Oops.
She's been drinking, everyone.
All right, that makes sense.
At bingo? This is a crazy bingo game.
He's as much
designer bag bingo.
He's as much a singer as Kenny G.
Yeah, exactly.
Yanny sings like that.
Yanny
What
does
he
not
play?
sing.
No, he like plays a fucking clarinet.
Yeah, he's
Like Kenny
basically
G.
Kenny G. Yeah.
He plays smooth jazz.
Hold on.
No, what are you Googling? I'm telling you.
He's a Greek composer.
Right, there you go. Not
He
a
doesn't
singer.
sing. Exactly.
Keyboardist, pianist, and
Hey guys, there's a ton of pianists on RedTube.
No more.
I think he sings.
He
does
doesn't
not
sing.
sing.
He's
Hold
never
on.
sung a word.
Hold
As a
on.
matter of fact, no one's ever heard him fucking speak.
Does Yanny sing? First thing, does Yanny have cancer? I don't know. Yanny sings.
In the shower.
He sings.
He doesn't sing.
Does Yanny sing?
He
Yes,
doesn't.
he does.
Give me my headphones back.
Thanks,
Boy.
Laura.
Oh, one thing.
Oh, yes.
I audibly went, ew, listening to last week's podcast.
About what part?
You giving a pretty graphic picture of your jerk off routine was a little
Your world being your oyster. She was not thrilled about the world being
I
your
was driving
oyster.
home from work and I went, ew, this has happened to him. Ew.
I broke Brian again.
He's like, no, nobody's home. I'm home by myself. It was so gross.
Hey, Brian, this is the same experience your mother just had, by the way.
My mom hasn't said anything about this yet.
She's horrified, as any mother would be.
I didn't go into any great detail.
No. You and I behaved ourselves.
I made up a very weird situation that I'm sure has
CJ
happened.
went right over the ledge like he normally does.
CJ just went
painted a
over,
picture.
and now he can't. Now I can't use headphones the same. I just
It was gross. I went, ew.
All right. Let's get
right.
the show back on the road. Thanks, Laura.
Bye, boys.
Yeah, she's actually not bad.
We should have her on the show one day.
Well, look, I mean, I'm not going to force that shit. That's your call. Oh, yeah, I saw, you know what? Earlier, I saw an Anchorman go really deep on RedTube.
Stop with it, Amber. At the end of this episode, are we pulling up the RedTube like a jersey and leaving it up in our studio somewhere?
We're going to hang it from the rafters?
Yep.
we have a studio. Why do I not know about
People
this?
don't know that.
It's not a studio. It's a very safe casting space.